So I'm very happy to welcome my guest today, Lauren Davenport. She's the founder and CEO of Symphoni Media, one of the fastest growing companies in the area. Welcome to Job Talk, Lauren.
Thank you, Dean. I'm excited to be here this afternoon.
I'm really happy that you were able to make it today. So your offices are not too far from here, too. How do you like it downtown?
We aren't too far from here. We are actually located on Central and 4th, and we love being in downtown. Mm-hmm. We are in the exact same block as the Cupcake Shop, which everybody always knows where we are. Mm-hmm. Apparently, St. Pete has a sweet tooth.
Right.
But it's a fantastic, there's so much to do. There are great places to eat lunch, nice place to get sunshine. You can always walk down to the water. Being in downtown is just wonderful.
I bet your clients like it, too, when you invite them down. There's always something to do here.
Oh, they do. They rave about the Dolly Museum and all of the fun, interesting things there are to do out here. You can always head out to St. Pete Beach, go windsurfing, or, take a kayak out for the day. So our clients love coming here from all over.
Well, that's great. And before we talk about the work that you do at Symphoni Media, can you tell us, everyone, about yourself up until the time you actually founded the company?
Sure, absolutely. Well, I'm kind of a unique situation. I started my company when I was in college, so from as far as a career standpoint, I don't really have much background. But as you can hear in the twang, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Born and raised Southern gal, so that's pretty much my story. I went to Middle Tennessee State University and went to school for marketing and journalism, and that's kind of where I found my passion and where I created our company.
And what brought you to this type of work?
Well, when I was in school, you had to have a college email address to be on Facebook. So that just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Some of the first people to actually utilize Facebook and what was called social network marketing back then were local bars and restaurants. And I happened to work at a local bar. So I had actually talked them into letting me do an internship with them, a completely free internship where I would run their Facebook instead of doing a traditional internship like my colleague or my people in school were doing with a newspaper or a magazine. Nobody was getting jobs doing that. So talked them into letting me run their social media for my internship, and people started hearing about what I was doing, and lo and behold, by the time I graduated, I had about 15 clients around the Nashville area.
Wow. And what brought you to Florida? I mean, you're in Nashville there all your life, and so how did that happen? Well,
I love Nashville. Nashville is a wonderful town. But when you start a business in college, your clients will always and forever see you as a college kid. And I got kind of tired of being paid about $300 a month to run a Facebook page, which took tons of hours. So I started looking around the country for somewhere that had the right population, somewhere that had a minimum of 250,000 people as population and a higher ratio of locally owned businesses to large corporations. And when St. Pete hit the map touting the sunniest city in the country and a beach, I was like, I am so in on that. So I didn't know a soul, but I picked up and I moved to St. Pete to grow our company.
And so where did you get that information? Did you use a company to help you do all that research, or did you do that on your own?
Thank you, Google.
Really?
Pretty much did the majority of the research on my own. I did bring my father into it at that point. My dad, Chris, is the president of our company and really the co-founder of our company because it was his insight into seeing where the future was going to be going with digital marketing that really helped me start cultivating what would become our company.
Wow. And so once you came, so you made the decision to come down to St. Petersburg, and so that's helpful. So other folks that are throughout the country looking at other places and in the same place that you were at that point, what was the final decision-making minute or whatever that made you finally decide to come here?
That's a great question, Dean. The marketing research was right. And it just felt like the right choice. St. Pete was definitely, at that point, I mean, that was a little over 4 years ago now, so it wasn't even nearly as up and coming as it is today. Today they're talking about how the Tampa Bay area is kind of the hotbed and could be the new Silicon Valley. It wasn't necessarily that. It was really just marketing statistics and just a good gut feeling that it was where I was supposed to be.
And it really has changed in the last 4 years, that's for sure. Okay, and so now you came here. Did you specifically come downtown on purpose, or was that, how did that happen?
I did. When I was looking around the area, one of the things I wanted to do is make sure that I was in the center of everything, because I didn't know anyone, it was important that if I was going to be able to grow the business, although I still had some clients that stayed with me in Nashville, that I start really getting integrated into the community as quickly as possible. And that's why I chose downtown.
And so your offices are very well designed. Did you do that yourself on purpose too? I think it looks great there. And you started out in one.
We did.
And
We
now?
started. I love interior design in general, and I guess that kind of goes into branding, which is a lot of what our company does. But we moved into the first. We had an office actually in the first bank building, very small little office when I first moved down here, and then about 2 years ago we moved into the first suite that we're in today, and now we've opened up 3. So in the past 2 years, we've gone from having about 1,500 square feet to about 3,000. Growing very, very quickly, but we love our space downtown.
And that leads me into I think you're on the Inc. 500 list.
We are geared up for 2016 to be our Inc. 500 year, so we're really, really excited. Our company has experienced about over 400% growth year over year for the last 3 years. So if we continue in the same direction we are now, it's no longer a question of if we'll hit the list, but at what number. So we're really excited.
And also, I want to congratulate you for being named as one of the winners of the 40 Under 40 Awards from the Business Observer. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And when did that come out?
I believe it came out mid last month.
Oh, that's great.
So it was really exciting. It's always a huge honor to be in any type of list like that because you're surrounded by incredible, amazing people who are making a difference in the community. But to get to be named the youngest on the list this year was really, really cool.
Well, great. So let's talk about Symphoni Media. So, and you actually spell the name with an I.
That we do.
So tell us what you do there at Symphoni Media.
Sure. We do marketing strategy and then implementation. Our goal is to help businesses do business better. There are a lot of companies out there that do the different pieces of what we do. They do social media, they build websites, they do content marketing campaigns and marketing automation. But what our vision and the way our company was really creative was off of 2 main pain points that I saw very early in my career. The first being that most most local businesses see marketing as a curse word. And the reason being is because it's like throwing spaghetti against the wall. You never know what's going to stick. And then the second thing being is that most companies are, when you're working with a TV commercial and you're working with a guy who does graphic design and somebody who does your website and someone who does social media, getting all of those vendors on the same page so that you have cohesive branding is darn near impossible, not to mention the headache of when something goes wrong. So that's how and why our company is named Symphoni. It's bringing all of those experts under one roof so that the companies that we work for have one point of contact, a marketing strategist who really understands their business and can help them utilize the right tools in the toolbox. There are some things that work great for some companies and some things that work great for others. So we're able to do all of those things in-house, which is a rarity for a marketing company.
And you mentioned the term content marketing. And can you tell us what that means?
Sure, absolutely. We live in a world that is inundated with advertising. They say, in fact, that we see over 1 million ads before we even get to the office in the morning, from the logos on your toothpaste to the billboards that you see driving down the street. So the idea behind content marketing is more about giving your customers and your potential customers information that they're actually interested in. So content marketing you'll often see in the forms of blogs that are written asking questions that your customers would ask on a regular basis, ebooks that explain a certain process or a how-to. So there are a lot of different ways to utilize content marketing. This is a perfect example of content marketing because it's audio, it's on the radio. Video can be content marketing as well. It's all about telling the story that the user is actually interested in.
And so your company has actually grown and used more of that now from the services. So where did you started from that, and now you've added content marketing and other services as well? We
have. When we first really started at the infancy of Symphoni, I was doing purely social media marketing. So I was running Facebook pages and LinkedIn pages and Google Plus pages, and what kind of grew from that was one thing that a lot of people miss with social media campaigns is that if you don't have a good, solid content backing where you can actually drive your user off of the social media platform and onto your website or onto a landing page that has your ebook, then you're not actually converting anyone in social media. What would happen if tomorrow Facebook turns into today's MySpace and you invest, tons of time and tons of money behind growing a fan base? If you're not converting them into fans, it's basically useless. So content marketing is a key piece to that. So it was a quick evolution from just social media marketing into content marketing and then expanding from there.
And was it difficult to get your larger clients to come on board with that?
That's a great question. When I first moved down here about 4 years ago, explaining what digital marketing was might as well have been explaining what the internet was. It was still so new that people didn't understand it. And so selling it was hilarious. We were able to get some early adopters on board, and those are some of our first clients who we still have today, to get them on board and show them how it would work. So did we have some resistance? Yes, absolutely. Today, most people understand that we're all obnoxiously inundated with advertising, and they want to give people the same type of content that they're interested in digesting. So it's definitely a different world today. We don't have to convince many of our clients anymore that it's a necessity, but it definitely used to be.
And who are your potential clients?
Most of our clients have a marketing budget of at least $50,000 a year to spend. Most of them do about $5 million to $1 billion. So that's pretty much where our ideal client ranges. We work with a lot of healthcare companies as well as a lot of home service companies, so air conditioning, plumbing, electric.
And I'd like to talk about some of your success stories and learn about what you did for the client and the strategy you had in mind for their success.
Sure.
Let's talk about Engineered Air.
Yeah.
What did you do for them?
Well, our company is a premier vendor for Carrier and Bryant, the large AC corporations. And so Carrier actually brought us into they had been working with a digital marketing company out of Orlando and had been seeing no results. Promised the moon and, not much given back from that, which is what we typically see. So we went in, we talked with the company, we learned a little bit more about who they were and what their goals were. And so we implemented a digital marketing strategy that started with their website design and development, where we built them a custom website that we actually came in. We have a full-time photographer on staff. So with the majority of the websites that you see that we've built, you'll see her photography on there. We go in and we really try to capture the essence of who the client is. So we did the custom photo shoot, we did the website design and development, and then we moved into their digital marketing campaign. So we created content for them on we still create content for them on a regular basis, a certain number of blogs a month. We run their social media channels as well to syndicate that content and really get it out there. And I believe we've also run some PPC campaigns for them as well. But we've been working with them about a year and a half now, and they are just seeing exponential growth. We spoke with the owner of the company a few weeks ago, and he's so excited because he's getting to hire and create all these new amazing jobs, and their company's just growing like a weed. So it was a really, really fun experience to get to see them grow. That's really what my favorite part about our company is.
And there's another client, 1 Hour Air Largo. They grew 30% since hiring you in 2013.
That is true, and they were not a small company to get started. So actually, they were one of our first early adopter type clients. We actually connected with them through a local networking event in the St. Pete area and met with them, did something similar like what we did with Engineered Air. We built their website, we did the photo shoot, we did a content marketing campaign, and they just, same results. Shot through the roof due to website traffic increasing and conversions increasing. So they actually, 1 Hour Air is a national franchise, and the first year that we started working with them, they actually won for the very first time a increased in revenue award over all of the other franchises in the entire country.
Wow.
So those are the kind of awards that we get really, really excited about.
Sure. Okay. And so you also did some work for Coastal Orthopedics. Tell us about that.
Yes, Coastal is another one of our clients who we started working with in the early days. And we really wanted, one of the biggest things that people forget when you're talking about healthcare clients is how much people really have to trust these providers in order to, actually decide that they want to go and see them. So we did a photo shoot where we were really able to connect with the doctors, did some videos, and we created a new website that was responsive, so it morphs on phone, tablet, and desktop. All of the sites that we build are responsive, but it was something that they didn't have in place before. And as soon as we started, we launched their website, and they actually had the most profitable year they've had in the 40 years of the existence of their company last year after working with us. So that was really exciting.
Wow. And the last company I want to talk about is the Marriott at Tampa Airport. What did you do for them?
Yes, we run a social media campaign for the Marriott Tampa Airport. They are such a fun client. We actually met them through a speaking gig that I did with Working Women of Tampa Bay last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago now. I taught their Summer Social Success series, and I met the Marriott crew from those events. And what we're doing with them, we do a photo shoot quarterly with them and do all sorts of fun, engaging branding, lifestyle, heart of the house type content campaigns through just photography, and push those out through social media. So when we started, they had literally no engagement, very, very small following, and I know that it's at least tripled since we started working with them.
Wow, that's a great success story. And, I understand that you use video projects now, or use video in your projects. Tell us about that.
That we do, and it's something that's relatively new for our team, and we're really excited about pursuing further. We work with a lot of different video companies. When we've got big video projects, we've got a company out of LA that will fly in and have them do the large production pieces. But one of the things that we have brought in-house is your more content marketing type videos. So your customer testimonials, your quick, easy how-to do types of things videos. And we've implemented those recently in quite a few of our marketing campaigns for our clients, and they've been very successful.
And are you using TV now, too?
We do. We talk a lot about digital in our marketing collateral, and that's usually where our clients start because it's where they see the highest return on investment, which is what, to us, our job is all about. If we're not creating a high return on investment for the dollars that our clients are putting in, then they might as well go work with another agency. So one of the things that we have implemented probably in the last 6 months is more traditional campaigns. Media buys with radio or with TV. We recently shot a TV commercial for Climate Design, which is another local air conditioning company that's going to be airing on Bright House in the next few weeks. So we do traditional stuff as well. It's just really all about being sure that you've got the right target market, that you're reaching out to them at the right time, and there's always different tools to do that.
I'm speaking with the founder and CEO of Symphoni Media, Lauren Davenport. And you also mentioned on your website that you mentioned about as part of the growth that you've recently had, you've added some people to your team, and the COO in particular.
That we have. When we moved into our current offices, we were a team of 5, and that was just under 2 years ago. And now we're a team of almost 30 and growing like a weed. Wow. One of the most recent ads that we brought on our team is our COO, Chris Jenkins. He previously had his own company called I'mTheirWebGuy.com. He is an incredibly talented entrepreneur and developer, and he came into our team expecting to just grow a development team and start helping us build more business solutions in our websites. And in fact, when he came in, now he's even taken over more, and he's helping us with operations as well. He's got tons and tons of experience with content marketing and social media and development and graphic design, and so he's been a vital asset to helping us as well.
And so what else will he add to your capabilities? Are you going to be adding departments as well, or growing departments?
Yes. Before Chris came on board with us, we had one other in-house developer. Most agencies these days will have either like one developer or outsource a majority of the development because there are so many options outside of the United States that are significantly less expensive. But the problem with that is quality control. It's so important that websites are built so that they're fast and easy to use, and that the code is super clean on the back end so that the search engines will recognize that. So we decided when we started having conversations with Chris that we wanted to bring that full development team in-house. And so he's helping us build that team out. He's grown from the one developer that he had when we got started, and now I've got a team of 4, including Chris.
Oh, that's great. Now, you're also in the acquisition mode, I'm told.
That we are.
Does that mean you're acquiring companies?
Yes, yes. We're not getting acquired. We are acquiring companies. We're in the process of it. It's one of the really exciting, fun parts. Chris was our first merger or acquisition a couple months ago, and we do have a couple that are in the works and that we're having conversations about. So it's really exciting.
And what would those companies look like, and if somebody was interested in actually, becoming part of your organization?
Yeah, that's a great question. We are basically looking to build out the Symphoni to be even stronger. So PR type companies, video type companies, anything that we don't have a full team in-house or have a lead expert on are things that we're looking to incorporate into the Symphoni.
And getting back to your internal growth, do you have any jobs currently open?
Yes, we do. We actually have 4 current positions open that we are looking to fill as quickly as possible. 2 of those positions are digital content specialist positions. So that position is a team member who has experience with both blogging, white paper, ebook type content, social media content, and it's just really, really passionate about telling the story. And then we also have a marketing internship position open. We had a marketing intern that came in about 2 months ago, and she was such a stellar rock star that we actually upgraded her into a full-time team member position status like last week.
Congratulations.
So now we're back in the intern. We're looking for another intern. Our intern outgrew us. So we're really excited about that position as well. We've had multiple interns that have turned into full-time position jobs. The Tampa Bay area just has so much talent. And then the 4th position that we have open is our UX UI designer.
What does that mean for people that don't know what UX and UI mean?
Sure. User experience designer is what that means, and it is someone who has experience designing websites. We're not looking for somebody who codes websites because our development team does that, but somebody who has experience designing them, understands usability for the web and those types of things, user experience.
And what kind of benefits do you offer?
That's something that we're currently working on. We have a lot of really fun benefits from working with our team in our office, and we also have unlimited vacation, which is a pretty cool benefit. As we are still under the 50 team member mark, we don't technically have to offer health insurance at this time, but that's something that we're looking to implement in 2016, actually early 2016, because it's just so important that we're able to take care of our team members to us.
And why would somebody want to work at Symphoni?
Working at Symphoni is really fun. We believe in getting the job done and doing everything to the best of our ability, but we also believe in having fun while we do it. Our team is very similar to a family. We just started our first kickball team, and we do all sorts of fun things together on a regular basis, so it's a really cool community environment.
Mm-hmm. And I'm speaking with Lauren Davenport, the founder and CEO of Symphoni Media, located in downtown St. Petersburg. And I only have a few more questions, Lauren. The job descriptions that you mentioned lead us to the interview tip of the week. So if somebody wanted to apply for a position at Symphoni Media, what one piece of advice would you give them?
Oh, that's a great question, Dean. Wow, there are so many things. From coming from being a college kid who just kind of started a company on accident to where we are today, I have seen almost every single application or interview faux pas possible. But from a standpoint of what would be the number one thing that I would tell potential candidates is make sure to update your LinkedIn profile. One of the things, and also to include that LinkedIn profile in your resume. LinkedIn is one of the most powerful tools that we have in the digital age as far as job hunting goes. Reach out to your current contacts who you've worked for before, who can give you glowing recommendations, and send them an email and ask specifically, can you leave me a recommendation on LinkedIn? And I always tell people to go online, Google how to do that kind of thing, include that in the email so that you can make it super, super easy for people to do. Because when we get applications come in and they have their LinkedIn profile on there and we go and check them out, the people who have glowing recommendations from people who they've worked with before, coworkers, bosses, they always rise to the top of our list.
That's great advice. Now, the final topic I want to talk about is you actually have increased your international clients as well. And
Yes, we have.
In particular, there's one, Sun Dental.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
We started working with Sun Dental in July of this year, and they're actually a company that is relatively unknown in our area for being here, but they're incredible, and you guys are going to start hearing a lot more about them in the very near future. But Sun Dental is both a dental lab, and they also have digital dentistry products, and they are located in 7 different countries around the world and growing like crazy. So they're on a mission to be able to bring digital dentistry to the world affordably. And they're just a really, really, really great company. We're excited about working with them.
And to end this conversation on a funny note, you had some funny experiences with and growing experiences
Sure.
with there through an e-blast and translation. Tell us about that story.
Yes. So when we first started working with Sun Dental, they actually came to us through my LinkedIn profile. And I sat down with the CEO and we talked a little bit about what they were looking to do and their vision and decided that we wanted to work together. But one of the things that we told them straight up and up front, we're all about transparency and honesty, was, we don't have any experience on international. We're happy to learn. This is, in our growth plan. We're excited about it, but this is going to be new territory for us. And they were like, okay, well, that's fair. We totally get that. We think you guys are the right company. Let's do it. And so one of the things that we had happen recently was that we had a e-blast that was going out celebrating their 10th anniversary in Europe. And so we had e-blast going out in 5 different languages. So how that process works is that our team puts together the actual design of the e-blast, and then we send it over to the different countries, and their teams internally translate those and send them back to us. So we had all the translations come back, and it had some cute little headline on the top of it that said, celebrating, 10 years of smiles, across Europe. And we had the translation, and we had the design. And so the design team went in, and they rearranged the headline of the e-blast, and instead of it coming out translated the way it was supposed to, it had, celebrate really big and smiles was really small, and it looked really strange. Luckily, one of our editing team members had gone in and Google translated everything before we sent it out to the client, and they caught it. But it's just one of those things, really things you wouldn't expect.
Right, and growing too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Lauren, I just want to thank you so much for being here today, and I hope you'll come back in the future again and let us know of any changes and growth that you're going through, and new jobs as well as they come up. And if somebody does want to get a hold of you and learn more about Symphoni Media, how can they do that?
Absolutely. You can go visit us on our website, www.symphonimedia.com, SYMPHONIMEDIA.com. And then you can also follow us on social media. We have a lot of fun things that are happening there. Again, Google us or actually utilize the search functions on Facebook or Twitter to find us on social media as well.
Well, great. Thank you, Lauren, for being here.
Thanks, Dean. It's been a pleasure.
So that's my guest. You've been listening to my guest today, Lauren Davenport, the founder and CEO of Symphoni Media, another great example of the exciting companies here in St. Pete and Tampa Bay. So be sure to visit their website at symphonimedia.com. That's Symphony with an I.